It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. She off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey supposed talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Politico, Maiyegun don't come, this one not the off in mind. Maiyegun don't come, can in the touchlight every corner. Maiyegun don't come, okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over Naira. See them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Okay, let's check the audio again. How is that?
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe rè, àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun.
Better now, yeah?
Wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary.
Thank you very much. What I said earlier was that as you are joining this broadcast, share the broadcast with your friends. Copy the link. Post it on your Twitter. I mean, it's on your Twitter, on your WhatsApp, Facebook, everywhere. Tell them, Maiyegun today.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ ṣe o, kẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀.
Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are watching from. Prison break in Kogi, and Abdullahi Adamu, the former Zamfara state governor, now a senator, has just come out again to say, forget it. Zoning is unconstitutional, and forget it. We are not zoning anything to southern Nigeria. We will slug it out. Forget it.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn láyé. Ìpẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn láyé.
Sit at home is biting hard in the East. A very big one that even the governors are beginning to come out to mobilize their party members to show that people are, disobeying the sit at home. I want to talk about that tonight. Remember, share the broadcast.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Maiyegun ti
Yes.
dé.
Let's do this. Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Maiyegun Live. You have been following the news, I believe. And you have also read that 24 hours after the news broke from Zamfara, the same Zamfara that they told us then, Abdullahi was actually a Nassarawa governor, not even Zamfara. Now, the news from Zamfara was that they shut down the internet to fight terrorists. Then they unleashed the BMC, the Buhari Media Center, the trolls. They unleashed them on the internet, including the chief troll, Femi Foni Kayode, the spokesperson for Yeye Bello. They were bragging until 24 hours ago when the news came that these guys were not actually fighting any terrorists. In fact, the terrorists are everywhere, to the point that they were able to take over a base, military base, where the logistics, where they are keeping the military logistics, hardware, and every other thing like weapons and others to fight banditry. So the bandits attacked the place, killed 12 officers, including 7 naval officers. I'm like, naval officers fighting in the desert? Well, I don't know. So that busted the bubble of they are fighting terrorists. That is why they shut down the internet. 24 hours after that, as you are watching this video, the same bandits, they have attacked the federal prison in Kogi State, Kogi Lokoja Highway, the federal prison there. They attack it, and then they freed over 200 inmates, including dangerous criminals. They released them. Now, people in Abuja are worried. That is also the scale of the insecurity in Nigeria, aiding and abetting terrorists, releasing terrorists, call them repentant terrorists. Those who brought us to this level, who have, put in the wedge in between all the nationalities in Nigeria, that we are pretty much at the precipice of breaking up from Nigeria. The people that brought us to this level are now telling us that we should forget it. They will keep the power as long as they want. And if we don't believe in that, then let democracy do the work. Since they have the number, they have the size, the country is in a way, designed to serve them, then let democracy judge. So they want to hold on to the resources of the South, while they wield the power to mismanage their resources, including to commit genocide that they are committing as we speak. Bandits attacked Kogi, freed prisoners. Modus operandi. There's something they always call the emo. Emo. I usually hear that in the movies, right? Emo. Modes of operation. That's the meaning I gave to it. So if you look at how the Boko Haram terrorists operate, everywhere that they have operated, their victims, the survivors, their stories, if you pair their stories with that of the bandits that they want you to believe are bandits, they are not terrorists, and then you pair that with the Fulani terrorists that they also want to tell you that they are just Fulani men, but they are not terrorists. When you pair that again to the operations of the unknown gunmen, and you will see the similarity in everything. I will explain. Boko Haram came. They said they had to take over Nigeria and make Nigeria a caliphate. That was their pure agenda, which simply means it is 100% religious. And they have been killing since then. That was before Boko Haram came in. Immediately Boko Haram came in, the Boko Haram of 2014 metamorphosed into ISWAP and the rest of all the terrorist group you have today in northern Nigeria. According to what the data we have, they say you are dealing with over 10,000 armed terrorists in northern Nigeria as we speak today. 100% of them are for land grabbing, enforcement of their religious belief, Islamization, caliphate, and all of that. Same thing, the same agenda. But despite how deadly they are, do you know that they are not classed as terrorists in Nigeria? Just to keep them protected. Because those who are the sponsor, those who are their backers, especially those in government, right, knows the danger of classifying them as terrorists, despite the danger they've carried out. But that same people conveniently agreed with Igbo governors, Igbo politicians, Igbo elites to declare IPOB a terrorist organization that has now set every Igbo, young and old, set them up, make them an easy prey for the dangerous Nigerian security forces. Just as simple as that. That is why whenever the police or whenever you try or fight to rebuff any of these Fulani terrorists anywhere, and you ended up having to catch to catch any of them, the police will treat them as just normal criminals, not as terrorists, even if they see them with guns, because that is the order. The same police, the same military will run mad like somebody with a serious mental problem whenever he sees anyone wearing anything with insignia of IPOB. And everybody exists in that same society. Just like a switch. Another person can come tomorrow and switch that, but the damages will be long done. Now, the damages they have done was for the Igbo politicians to agree and set the Biafrans up, thinking that to protect their own political base, which they never have anyway. The government that is protecting terrorists, the terrorists that are capable of shutting down the military jets, capable of killing the Nigerian military, Nigerian soldiers, Nigerian security forces, just like it's nothing. The terrorists that are capable of holding government and people to ransom to the point that it became the state policy to pay ransom to terrorists and offer them amnesty. Those guys are not seen as anything dangerous than one, allowing the Biafrans to congregate and discuss Biafra in peace. 2, allowing the power to shift from their hands when this project they have embarked upon is, according to them, almost completed, despite all the challenges they have faced. Whether PDP, whether APC, the agenda is the same. We must protect these terrorists and continue to service this, unserviceable entity called Nigeria without the resources of the southern Nigeria. So when somebody came out and he said, there is nothing like a rotation. Let me tell you something. When these guys were so crazy, so mad in 2014, so mad at everything in Nigeria, they used one thing, in particular, security. They created the insecurity, and it was time to take advantage of it. But it won't sell if it was just about security, if it was not laced with tribal and religious bigotry. One, they agreed that killing of the northerners, killing in the northern Nigeria by Boko Haram then was primarily being sponsored by Goodluck Jonathan. Number 2, many of them agreed that power must return to the northern Nigeria because Yar'Adua didn't finish his own tenure. All this coupled with underlying religious and ethnic bigotry, I call it, that was so obvious then. They were able to take the power back because they felt like they were cheated for not completing their own 80 years. Now, when the opportunity came to try and see if they could trust the South with power, when Buhari became a vegetable in 2016 and he was flown abroad, Oshibajo was made the acting president, right? And his action for those 100 days was completely a red flag for them. And now one of them just came out that you might be jumping up for 2023. Number 1, APC has nothing like zoning. Number 2, you can never expect us to just say, okay, yeah, give us somebody from the South, we'll vote for him or her. That is also a red flag to those of you who are, teaming up to help them continue to gaslight IPOB members, continue to gaslight the Yoruba Nation campaigners, continue to gaslight everyone that is asking that this rigged system, if it's not destroyed, it will destroy you all. Right? 2023. Which is pretty much a mirage in the long run. Setting up your own brothers and sisters, you watched them proscribe IPOB. They called them terrorists. They started killing them. Many of you were feeling like they deserved it. They kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu. Up to this point, none of the Igbo governors, none of them, no single one of them has, found it kind of morally right to at least pay a visit to Nnamdi Kanu there and say, I just want to talk to you. What do you think we can do? How do you think we can make things work? Because they had the opportunity they had in Enugu way back in 2017, remember? And when he rejected their offer of him backing down, they agreed with Buhari to send the soldiers to go and kill him. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow it will be 4 years that they sent Operation Python Dance to go and kill innocent people young men and women. They massacred them and they destroyed their properties. They took their bodies away, and many families have never even healed from that tomorrow, simply because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu disagree with the offers of the politicians of Igbo extraction, where Nwabweze, that old man, was there. I think I can bring that picture back to your memory right now. They had him there. They had a meeting. They told him, just back down. We will go and talk to Buhari. And he told them, no, let Buhari make the announcement of all these concessions. And yes, the Biafran struggle cannot be retired. It will continue. But if they begin to address the injustice, if they begin to address all the assault and start to account for all the killings, when we begin to, we can start the healing from there. They said, no, they just want you to call it off for now. He disagreed. A week or two later, the Nigerian soldiers, the Nigerian military, all of them, they moved in to kill him. More than 28 innocent people were murdered that day. It will be 4 years tomorrow. No Igbo leader, no Igbo politician, no Igbo governor, none of them deem it fit to say, listen, this is happening to us. We cannot continue to feed our children to the dogs. We cannot continue to feed our own brothers to the dogs. We cannot continue to play the good boys to those who care no hoot about how our economy, how our states are destroyed. But if we stay together, they will know that, if you stay together and bond together, number one, you can protect yourselves together. And if Nigeria eventually have to call it off, now it's getting to that stage now where this issue of a the VAT war. So everything that attaches the Igbo people to Nigeria, they will begin to see the light and begin to agree with the IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu after all. But what am I saying here? None of them deem it fit to even speak up for any of this until they started the sit-at-home. The sit-at-home that is now called voluntary. Do not mistake. Yes, there are people on social media sending messages like, oh, if them burn you well, come out tomorrow. If them burn you well, come out tomorrow. Listen, this cannot be 100% the position of the IPOB, the ones I know about. The sit-at-home is voluntary, and people who are sitting at home because they know why they want to sit at home. And the fact that they agree to sit at home doesn't stop others from going to wherever they want to go to. And I'm saying this to some of you too. Do not take this and ruin this for what you have achieved with it. You don't need to go after anybody on the road. You don't need to threaten anybody that they shouldn't do this or do that. When you do that, it's going to defeat its purpose. But I've seen it so far. It is these politicians. And I keep telling you that if you believe every lie they tell you, if you believe everything they tell you, trust me, I have an airport to sell to you. If you have the money, I have an airport to sell to you somewhere. Nigerian politicians cannot tell you anything that you can believe. Nigerian media cannot tell you everything that you cannot scrutinize yourself. You see, when they tell you and they do their report and tell you that, unknown gunmen are attacking people here and there for not obeying sit-at-home, I ask you this question. Are the ESN not considered terrorist organization that the Nigerian soldiers, Nigerian military are looking for? Well, how come it's so easy that unknown gunmen will come into the city, they will perpetrate the crime, do all of that, and for hours that they commit the crime, attacking police stations, as they say, there will be no response from any military, there will be no response from any security agents from that state, from that particular place, until they are long gone. Then the media will say, unknown gunmen killed 2 policemen in Imo State. Unknown gunmen burned down police station. Then I'm like, how does that make any sense to you? It doesn't make any sense to me, and I have my own theory for that. It's just like saying Boko Haram. They came in a van and they came to Abuja, or Boko Haram. They came in a van and they came to Sokoto, the capital, and then they attacked police station. And there was no response. There was nothing. No other people could say, oh, that police station has been attacked, though. We don't know who is attacking the place. So, and there's no response until they are gone. It's just as simple as that. Is that not what it should be? But when they carry out their own covert operation and attack places to see unknown gunmen, then innocent people who are going about their businesses are picked up in order to make it look real. I have told you that many times. You may not have been paying attention. And now I am reading everywhere. You see these Biafrans, look at what they are doing. This is at home. Look at how they are attacking people. Look, because Biafrans are not attacking anybody. They are not. It is your government that is attacking people, because that is what will make it look valid, that they proscribe them as terrorists. How would you believe they are terrorists if they are not doing all of these things that you are seeing everywhere? But ask yourselves, every time we hear that Nigeria military and the Boko Haram, they fought and they killed Nigeria military killed Boko Haram. But have you ever heard anywhere that Nigeria military and ESN, Nigeria military and unknown gunmen, have you seen anywhere they fought anywhere in the Igbo land before? Have you? I told you about modes of operation. All of these are they are created by the bloodthirsty Boko Haram government. It doesn't matter how many numbers of people they want to kill to prove the point. If I tell you that when they go into police stations and they kill policemen, and they tell you that unknown gunmen killed them, the same media that is telling you that unknown gunmen killed them, the same media is expecting you to believe that if we say unknown gunmen in eastern Nigeria, you should be thinking about ESN or IPOB. It is called social conditioning, mental conditioning. But ask yourselves, the people they have paraded as ESN members, as people they arrested as IPOB members, ask yourselves, how come there was never a time the ESN that has the capacity to break a prison, the ESN that has the capacity to attack a police station without any of them getting shot at that police station, the ESN that has the capacity to attack here and there, as they are making you believe unknown government did. But when it comes to arresting them, there is no gunfight. They just arrest them. This one is informant of ESN. This one is gun supplier. This one is the Babalawo of ESN. This one is the Adibia. Now this one, they do juju for them. Now this one, they give them this, because it has become a political game for the criminals who set this up. And who are the criminals? The Igbo governors, the Igbo politicians. And that's why I feel sorry for some of you who are still feeling like Yoruba is still your enemy, or somebody in Yoruba land is your betrayer. You should look inward. Look inward, deeper. They are the same people, because they are your brothers, they are your sisters, they are the people who speak your language. They are the same people who agreed that IPOB must be proscribed as a terrorist organization. Dave Umahi, the Ebonyi State Governor, was the one who made that announcement. He was the one who said IPOB are now proscribed as a terrorist organization in the entire Igbo land. That's what he said. Malamu just put a stamp on it for them in Abuja to help them hunt down any of them that they want to see, any of the Biafrans they want to see. So the people who said they should proscribe IPOB are the same people who are now pointing at people. That one, you see that one, our husband, they do big man, and I want to take over and wife. You know what? Make I call these people and tell them, say, this man, now ESN, now this one, ESN financier. They will call them. How about Kiari? We have information for you. One ESN financier is here. Please come and get him before you escape. Oh. Then they will move there, arrest innocent person, torture them, chain them to the floor, and then parade them as ESN financier, ESN this, IPOB this, ESN that. Ask yourselves, how come we have never witnessed anywhere they will say, oh, there was a serious gun battle? Because the ESN they posted, the ESN they made you believe is that Boko Haram said they have weapons everywhere. That's what I said. Mental conditioning. You see why I don't believe?
You see why I told you never to ever believe in this unknown gunmen of a thing. Maiyegun don't talk like that. I have seen some of them, they are speaking Igbo. So who says that you don't have Buhari Shuku, you don't have Buhari, Ngoziari, Nnamdi Buhari Shuku, and all of them in Igbo land? Who are those you call Sabo? Are the Sabos in Nnewi? Are they from Yoruba land? The Sabo in Ebonyi? Are they from Sokoto? The Sabo in Abia, in Onitsha, in Oka, in Nnewi? Are those Sabos from Shagamu in Ogun State? Of course, you know that they are the people who speak your language. They work with them. For a good price, they will sell their brothers. For a good price, because they know not what they are doing, do they? We watch them to proscribe IPOB as a terrorist organization. The same criminals told you that they were charging Omoyele Sowore for treasonable felony. You know what is treasonable felony? That is for somebody to have the capacity to overthrow a government. And when they said, bring the evidence, they said Sowore transferred money from his New York account to Sahara Reporters' New York account. Sahara Reporters that is registered in New York, that has no connection or no registration in Nigeria at all. They said he transferred money from his own account, Yele Sowore, to Sahara Reporters' account in New York. Therefore, they suspected that that money was a proceed of terrorism. That's number one evidence. Number two evidence, they realized that Sowore traveled to Dubai to go and meet some people. And they discussed how they were going to overthrow Buhari and they will make Sowore the president. And when they check Showore's passport, he's never been to Dubai for years. When that didn't fly. And they are keeping Sowore today for the crime of trying to overthrow Buhari. When they were dishing out all this nonsense, the Buhari idiots, the Buhari Deans, Buhari Diderins. Hey, look at him, oh! He's transferring money. Is that not corruption? He's transferring money from his owner. Is that not stealing? He's stealing from Sahara Reporters. Mad people. That is treasonable offense. When they picked Nnamdi Kanu, they said, oh, we arrested him because he brought in some equipment into Nigeria to be broadcasting on what is called the Biafra radio. So, to make it look like it's a serious offense, they said he brought in sophisticated equipment to be broadcasting radio. Very serious offense. That he has the capacity to go and tell people to give him money to buy weapons. Has he bought any weapon? No, he hasn't. But we just thought that he's so dangerous and he has committed a crime. That was what they said. Treasonable felony. They went to Sunday Igboho's house in the middle of the night. Killed 2 innocent people. And when they came out, they said, we went there to carry out an arrest. Where is your arrest warrant? We don't need arrest warrant to arrest anybody. Do you then have to shoot and kill anything in sight when you want to go and arrest somebody? Oh, we went to his house. We found all these guns. We found all this live ammunition. Oh, we found all these charms. Oh, we found these international passports and blah, 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 blah. And because of that, we have declared him wanted. On top waiting in do. Because he is into gun running. We found guns in his house and we believe that he is into gun running. Really? You found gun in his house, and none of those guns were fired or shot, and you shot over 300 rounds of ammunition in the house. Over 300 rounds of ammunition in the civilian's house. Anybody that sees him, we must arrest him. Arrest him for what? For nothing. Yes, he must be arrested. Nobody can take that nonsense. That's the Buhari idiot talking. Then, the people that said they were looking for Sunday Igboho for gun running, they are keeping Lady K and Joel. Guess what they are charging them for? They are charging them for terrorism. They are charging people who are asking for Yoruba Nation, using their phones to stream live, express themselves, organize and mobilize for rallies peacefully. No fight, no disruption, no nothing. No recorded one ever. Nigeria is charging them for terrorism now. What are they going to say Lady K is capable of? Lady K is what? Remember the lady, that young lady, they arrested in Imo State. Let me see if I can see a picture here. I tend to leave that on for some time. Give me a sec. You remember, she's just 21 years old. She is a girl that is looking to sit for this year's JAMB to gain admission into university. 21-year-old girl. Abba Kyari kidnapped her. And they have kept her not in the police custody, not in the prison, never taken to court, and they kept her as a sex slave in their midst. Guess what? What really makes it really, really heartbreaking? Her parents didn't know where she is until somebody who got released from their detention. Until that person said that, look at this girl that you've declared wanted. She's not missing, no. She's in this place and she's there like the cook, like house help for this police for where they lock us up. And when her parent got there, guess what? She walked out of her parents' house. They grabbed her on the road. And since then, she's never regained her freedom. Glory Okolie. When it became so viral, when our news became viral, the Nigerian police said they were going to investigate. After they've locked her up for over 2 months, they said they were going to investigate what happened. Within 7 hours of investigation, they came back with a verdict that she's a girlfriend to one of the ESN leaders. She may look innocent. She's an informant and the gun runner for them. She's the one that is helping them to move weapons everywhere. That is how terrible Nigeria can be. And that is why I said anything they tell you, don't believe them, please. For the sake of your own mental health. Because it will get to a point that you begin to think, am I mad? Is something wrong with me? You know what I mean? Don't believe them. Bankiti, thank you so much for your super sticker and your super chat. Let me read that out quickly. I want to take you quickly to Kano after this, where they are opening a naval base in the desert before we go to the next one. 2023 Mirage. Bankiti, you have the right to keep your super chat money to yourself alone. Please don't share with anybody. Let them go and find their own. Keep up the good work, Baba. Thank you very much, by the way. I really wish I could keep every penny of it. It's crazy, guys. when you give a super chat on YouTube, I only get 51% of that money. Do you get what I mean? YouTube is going to take 49% of it. But nevertheless, thank you. Okay. So that is why if people give any support to Maiyegun and it goes to the PayPal or the Cash App or what have you, that comes straight away to Maiyegun, to myself. But you see this one, it is just a show of support that really goes a long way as well. So thank you. That's how they work it out. It looks so good out there. Well, they take almost everything. Well, almost half of everything. Anyway, they are planning to launch, to build a new naval base in Kanu, where they have no sea or water to actually, accommodate such facility, at least to complement such facility, to auto warrant it. You get what I mean now? But these guys at this conversation, they tend to kind of break it down better before I continue to people who have no resources, but they love power. They love the control of power. They love the influence of power, even if they are running the country aground. They claim to be born to rule or born to ruin. Let's see what they want to do in Kano, where somebody seems to explain it better. Same thing about the shutting down of internet in Katsina and in Zamfara. Then we'll come back to Nassarawa, former governor, Nassarawa senator, who says there is no zoning. Don't dream about it.
According to reports, the governor of the state, Abdullahi Ganduje, allocated 100 hectares of land for the naval base on Wednesday. The chief of naval staff, Vice Admiral Awal Zaburu Gambo, paid a courtesy visit to the governor to thank him for the allocation and noted that the new base will contribute to showcase the effort of Nigerian Navy in keeping the nation as one. While some Nigerians reacting to the news have registered concerns as to why a naval base will be established in a hinterland of the nation. I believe we could take a tweet before I come to you, Tundu, or we don't have that tweet. I'd love your comment on this topic. I mean, only in Nigeria will this happen.
It's completely baffling. Nigerians must hear a plausible explanation for this. That is if one exists, because might as well at this point move the ports to Kano if we're moving a naval base to Kano, because what is a naval base? It's supposed to be a seaport where the naval ships are kept when they're not at sea. I don't know if they need to be maintained or what have you, and just, housed somewhere. In the UK, I'm very sure about the UK, the naval bases are in Portsmouth, Clyde, and Devonport. America, I think, has maybe 10, 15, quite a few, but they're all in coastal areas. Right. I just don't remember exactly where. I know Maryland, Connecticut, I know a few, but in the UK, I'm 100% certain. It has to be by the sea because it's the Navy. And I really hate to sort of repeat or parrot speculation, but this is exactly what some people mean. The more paranoid amongst us have been shouting themselves hoarse about a Fulanization agenda, rather than the government taking going to great lengths to sort of douse that kind of talk. They fan those flames by this kind of incomprehensible move, quite frankly. We do need an explanation. It makes absolutely no sense.
Dr. Bati, your comment?
Well, this again is the Nigerian story. It's not something that is new. You recall, as part of the struggle of the people of the Niger Delta, they were complaining at a point, the people of the Niger Delta, that the headquarters of the international oil companies should not be in Lagos, that those headquarters should be located in the Niger Delta, where the primary material, that is the main business, is located. And that went on for many years. We can give another example of, when the Ministry of Transport decided to locate the Federal University of Transportation in Daura, in Katsina State, in the hometown of the president. People were wondering, they were saying, look, why Go and put the University of Transportation in Daura. I mean, what kind of transportation are they going to teach there? You know, travel on the back of camels or what? Now you have this. This is yet another instance. It's a long list that we can cite. You know, people are now saying, why a naval base in the desert? You know, when there is the ocean is right here in the south. There are persons in the north who can tell you that there are rivers also in the north and all that. But what is the draft level, you know, of those rivers? Do they justify the establishment of a naval base there? But the chief of naval staff, who was, you know, in Kanu for an annual naval conference, was quite enthusiastic that the state governor had allocated land for this purpose. And indeed, as we speak, an acting commander of the naval base to be situated in Kanu has already been appointed. And we are told that this commander of the base will immediately form part of the security council of the government of Kano State. The only justification that I see that they can put forward is that, oh, this is yet in line with the principle of federal character in the Constitution, that government assets should be, and infrastructure should be distributed across the country. Well, you can put up that argument, but there are certain things that do not make sense. A naval base in the desert. It's only in Nigeria that I think that is possible.
Absolutely.
But Nigeria never fails to surprise you. Or rather, our leaders never fail to surprise us.
Before I take your comment, we'll take our final story so you can comment on both. In Katsina State, some Nigerians have thrown the governor of the state, Aminu Masari, under the bus after he signed an error-filled executive order. The executive order, which came into effect on Tuesday, was issued as part of efforts to address the security challenges in the state. In the executive order, the first blunder was the subject matter of the order, the title, which read, Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1991, when in actual fact, the Federal Republic of Nigeria is governed by the 1999 Constitution. The executive order contained other blunders, including the spelling of Nigeria, which was written below the governor's signature as Nigeria. While many Nigerians have shared reactions, Rufai, I would love your comment on this particular subject before you talk about the naval issue.
I'm sure the guy that wrote the paper wrote Nigeria as they will call it, Nigeria.
I couldn't even pronounce it.
No,
how do you say?
Nigeria.
Okay, good.
You see, incompetence is just everywhere. This is another brighter grammar moment. Incompetence is just everywhere, and there's nobody to double check it. If a common government dossier cannot be checked properly from errors, then what can be checked properly in this country? You are amazed at the level of incompetence, and we have become a gift that keeps giving every single time. We can't write a paper correctly, and we want to solve insecurity problem. And that's why we do things that we can't even account for. Good point you were talking about, Tundu, about naval bases in England. I had the chance of being in one in Plymouth. Plymouth is like an ocean, big body of water. That's where you have naval bases. But here, we didn't see the Niger Delta. There's a naval base in Sapele, close to the water. It's just very close to where the power station is in Sapele. I've been to that one too. You didn't see all the body of water in Bayelsa. You now take it all the way to the north. And when the people of the Niger Delta are complaining that they are marginalized, you say, how are they marginalized? So we'll go and dig up water in Kano now to form naval base all of a sudden? Or it's going to be built close to Riverana, or what is it? You see places in the Niger Delta to site naval base, you can't site it there.
I mean,
it's all the way to, just like it never made sense to me why a refinery was built in Kaduna and we had to transport crude up there to refine.
Bunkers.
Federal character.
Federal character. What is this characterization of federal madness we are doing in this country?
So we call it.
I mean, I don't get it. We're not, you know the cost we use to transport crude all the way.
Right.
Please, you see, let us not divide this country even further. Let us do what is right. Let us do what is befitting, because we forget that every day we are living our lives to leave legacies.
Right.
And power is transient. You will come, you will go someday. The question is, what have you done behind? Please.
Thank you, Rufai. You can watch the full conversation on Arise Television News or Arise News on YouTube as well. The injustice. You and I know that the reason why one Nigeria is still one Nigeria is because they can open up refinery in Kaduna where you have to then transport the crude oil from Niger Delta to the desert to go and refine. You can abandon Niger Delta and go on there to go and build naval base in Kano. But there will be no money from Kaduna or Kano to build those. It has to be the money from southern Nigeria. Now, do you now understand why when Nigeria should be going forward, it is going sideward to backward, completely lost? Do you now understand why? When you go to Igbo land and you see River Niger that got straight to that Onitsha, that second Niger bridge or the first Niger bridge, you see that river can be dredged and it can take in any cargo ship that comes there, or that can just be diverted straight down to the east. But Nigeria will not invest in there because those that would decide to do that investment, they already consider the place as the dot in a circle. Now, how do you make progress when you go abroad to go and borrow almost $9 billion to construct pipeline from Niger Delta where the crude oil is, right? And you are constructing hundreds and thousands of kilometers of pipeline from there to Niger Republic in order to pump the crude oil from Niger Delta and pump it into a refinery in Niger Republic, when you can build a $2 billion refinery next to your oil rig and you pump, you refine, and you take it to wherever you want to take it to. But because nobody them get the oil, don't be them get the money, they just make the decision. And they wish all of this were the other way around. They won't develop, or they won't feed or take care of the golden goose that is laying the golden egg. They won't. Now, when the golden goose decide to fly away, then they will go into a rage like they are now. One Nigeria, unity begging and unity beggars. You following me? Naval base in the desert. That's the new one. And that is why the power will not shift, will not change hand as you will probably expect it to do in 2023. They know how bad it's going to be if all they are doing right now is ever reversed by any other person who disagrees by any means. Now, let's come back again to where we started from. You have a country led by terrorists that have shown it to all of us again and again that it is either we learn to live with this, or we will pay the supreme price for asking them to stop. They put a protectionism agenda in place to protect the terrorists, the bloodthirsty terrorists who have the audacity to break into military barracks and then kill soldiers, kill policemen, take their weapons away without any consequences. Because the only consequences they will face is going to be for them to be rehabilitated after they repent. Now, if this whole thing
has never jolted the people of the North to push back and fight. The people of the South choose to fight. But we are now being told to put our hands behind our back, while our own supposed political representatives continue to play the card of political correctness until now. So when they said you should forget about the zoning in 2023, what they are telling you right there is that, which we know why anyway, what they are telling you there is that you see this hope you are raising for yourselves. The way they will do you, I bet or I pray you are able to at least survive the shock in order for you to join us to finally crush the entire thing. I mean, that's what the whole thing will be at the end of the day. The South. They have told you, forget it. And their own democracy is a game of number. Okay? And if it's a game of number, they have the number. If the election is a game of power, they have the power. If the election is a game of force, they have the force. Whatever you want to do, you are not in position of negotiation at all. You just have to listen. And your leaders know this. And that's why we said, listen, the politicians that thought it is ideal to continue to be part of one Nigeria in order to continue to sacrifice their own brothers, their own sisters, to this murderous regime and those who are working for them. It will be ideal for all of you to use your own weapon now before you finally lose the advantage of making that happen. For example, you see this issue of VAT. I am so personally happy that if they won't let the southern Nigeria, because this is the deal, they have their own ISBA, they have their own JTF that are working with the Nigerian security, they call them. They have the vigilante that are working on their own, trying to protect communities little way they can from these terrorists in northern Nigeria. But they haven't been succeeding, so to say. It would have been worse if they were not there at all. Sincerely speaking, that is that from northern Nigeria. But when it comes to southern Nigeria, and when I talk about the security they put together, they are those that are completely outside the regular Nigerian military, Nigerian police, and the rest of them. But when it comes to the southern Nigeria, in Yoruba land, our political representatives started Amotekun. Today, they have made our Amotekun to become toothless paper tigers. Until recently, when I personally believe that some of them will eventually get the memo that they should forget about 2023. And the only thing they can save right now is their own people and themselves right now. And how do you do that? Take away what makes them feel powerful. All the money they are taking from southern Nigeria, begin the process and the process of disengagement, which I would love to see, but I'm not going to bank on it. If the people who are doing it right now are still the people that would do it, but we would love to see. And what do I mean by that? The people that want power can keep power as long as they have the resources to fund that power. We have Amotekun. Our Amotekun cannot carry more than double barrel guns and other shakabulas that we can grab. And then you will see Amotekun core members, right? Because they are not allowed to. I don't know if they were not allowed to be kitted up that better than for them to be wearing the regular, wine uniform. I wanted to see them put on a well-plated, bulletproof vest. Put on a proper, helmet, bulletproof helmet, something that will make them prepare, gears that will protect them and guide them, not like they will put on the whining jackets and then they will put they will be tying to their arm, trying to escape or protect themselves, I'll say. So I expected all of this, but I realized that it is either those who put Amotekun together for us never really have any real plan in mind, or they have been told they can't really go further by really arming them, getting them battle ready. But when you see all these vigilantes in northern Nigeria, JTF, they call them, they all carry AK-47. But when you see Amotekun on the road, you will see them with double barrel action gun, pump action, where a terrorist is carrying a 15-round magazine, AK-47, 15 round, where you are doing that. So we ask ourselves, what stops us who have seen our people become victims of this terrorism, firsthand, especially in the 4 local government areas of your states that we have witnessed this year alone? So what stopped them from getting Amotekun up? Because Nigerian police will not allow it. Because Nigerian government will not allow it. Because Nigerian government will not look away and let you give the same guns they give to their army, to their terrorists. Let you have the same gun. That is like you having the same hand, like those who are coming to kill you. Then I ask myself, why? Who is making that impossible? I don't know. So yeah, we have those who want power and those who wants to keep power. Let them keep the power if they have the money to fund that power. Open grazing ban, as it is currently going, we have been seeing actions and biting from Amotekun, but trust me, we haven't really seen anything yet. But we have seen them took action in Akure, where they arrested about 3 or 4 Fulani armed terrorists with their cows, and then they confiscated their cows, about 40 of them. And same thing I heard as well in Ibadan. But guess what? Those are just the flashes of their action, because they are limited. Whenever they arrest any of these assailants, they can't do any other thing other than what? To release them, and the system will free them, because Nigeria, the terrorist apologists, they control the system. So let's keep what is our own, and let them keep whatever they want to keep. Thank you very much, Olowo, for your super sticker, your super chat as well. Thank you. So you can give me that thumb up under that video if you're watching on YouTube as we speak. Let's make that mini of a break. Give me that thumb up on there. Share the broadcast if you haven't. Okay, and I'm going to get a drink break. Give me a moment.
To the killing of a Nigerian soldier in the barracks in the NDA, Kaduna. I will play it and listen to how they are shouting.
But that's the voice of that major that they kidnapped when they attacked the NDA, Nigerian Defense Academy in Kaduna. Remember this guy? So they said that's how disappointing Nigeria will be, how failed the country it has become as well. So remember when they attacked the NDA, the bandits that could attack NDA and get away with it. They took this guy. That's his voice that you were hearing in that audio. Okay. They took him, and since that time, they have been keeping him. First, they told us that they have killed him, but they found out that it wasn't him that was killed. Okay, they are still holding him. They haven't found his body. Now, they are asking them to pay 200 million naira for his release. Guess what? The leadership and the rest of them in the military and the rest, they probably are busy with other things now. From the report we received, his colleagues, his friends, family, they are raising the ransom now to go and pay the terrorist to free him. This one a major inside Nigerian army. Now one pastor then kidnapped from American pastor then kidnapped from Niger Republic. Some Janjaweed terrorists operating within the border and all of that, they kidnapped this pastor. America sent their own special covert operation to go to Nigeria, to go to Niger Republic. When they got to Niger Republic, they realized that they have moved the guy to America. Baba, just 12 hours, within 12 hours, overnight, they killed all of the terrorists that were there. They rescued the guy. By the following morning, the guy was already somewhere in American military base around that region. Within 2-3 days, he was on his way to America. They kidnapped Nigerian major. If they don't pay that ransom, very soon they will say, okay, they've killed him. They will dump his body out there. Police, they pay ransom. Military, they pay ransom. That's how bad Nigeria has become right now. Okay? If they capture you, your family will pay the ransom codedly. And then it's up to you if you want to go back to work or you don't want to go back to work. Some people don't. They just move away, straight away. Nigeria is a place where they will tell you that police stations are closing at 4 p.m. for security reason. Imagine that. You go to your state, you go to your community now, they say, whatever you want to do, we are open from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. for security reason. Police station. Then can you really feel like you are safe? That's the situation in northern Nigeria as you are watching this video. And there is no single of them that has been tried or convicted of any of this crime. They told us to just stop overreacting. We should just fund it. We should just sponsor it. So we want all our states in southern Nigeria to begin to think along this line. This VAT money is just the start. If all of you are not, if you don't begin to get creative enough to begin to defend what is that of your own people and stop the Bambi Allah system that you are defending, stop setting up your own people for murder in the hands of these murderous criminals who don't even give a damn about their own people. Buhari gives no damn about anybody. You know that. 2023, they are promising them, including the one from Ebonyi, Devulumai, promising them this, promising them that, at the expense of you better begin to get creative. Because you see, the IPOB sit at home is getting many of them really, really mad right now. And I'm not even joking. It's getting them really, really mad because, number one, some wealthy states are beginning to say they don't want to give their money out anymore. They're not going to give their money out anymore like that. So many people are going to adopt that. When they adopt that, some of these states in eastern Nigeria, I was checking the data. You won't believe it. Nigeria destroyed eastern Nigeria so terribly. Some of you may not even understand the gravity of the destruction of what they have done to the people of the eastern Nigeria. They destroyed the economy deliberately, intentionally. You see in this battle of VAT, I picked something up earlier, and I think I should share that with you. Let me see if I have it here. They are talking about regions with internally generated revenue. That if there is no Bambi Allah money anymore, if there is no this monthly allocation they go for in Abuja to share money and collect the rubber and steal the money as they normally do, only few states will survive. They are now putting them in regions, region by region. Now look at this. In the entire 100% of revenue generated from every state, this is the money they generate for themselves. Now, this is not VAT, okay? Money you generate because of how productive you are in your own state, how creative you are. If you are just a rent seeker or if you are a wealth creator, which none of them is anyway, right? Southwest Nigeria is generating over 29% of that. Now, let me put it this way. Nigeria, the entire Nigeria, 36 states, including Abuja, they generated about 1.2 trillion naira in a year. All of the states combined. From this money, Southwest alone is generating over 600 billion. Of course, it's because of Lagos. Lagos is the richest. Lagos alone is generating over 400 billion averagely. And the rest of states in Yoruba land, they are generating something between 120, 150 billion a year. Ogun State is next, by the way, after Lagos State, when it comes to those from the Southwest. The other parties You have the Northwest. You have the North Central. You have the South, which is the Niger Delta. Then you have the Northeast. Eastern Nigeria is the least region with internally generated revenue. All thanks to Nigeria that deliberately underdeveloped the place. Would you believe it that you can count any, if there is any, by the way, you can count with your fingers any real development of federal government in the Eastern Nigeria, because they always believe that one day they are going to break away. The same people that will not let them go. They always kind of believe that there's always a time that they're going to break away. It is like an unwritten code. Things that could have boosted the economy of that region, they deliberately destroy them. These are traders that are contributing the chunk of their taxes and the rest of that to Lagos State without denial. The business they are doing in Lagos State is because the Lagos State is the seaport where they have to transact and move through. Whatever they are transacting in Eastern Nigeria, half of that has been shared in Lagos State before they even go anywhere. If they had been on their own, they would have had their own seaports. At least, I believe they could have had up to 2 seaports, independent seaports that could have created a different economy in Eastern Nigeria, created jobs, opportunities, and could probably have created wealth, a standard of living that could have made this kind of division less trouble. What do you call it? Less problematic, rather, I would say. I wanted to mix trouble and problem together. I wanted to say problematic. I wanted to really say problematic, rather. A lot of difference that could have made, but it is deliberate. Then you ask yourself, are those who claim to be the leaders of Eastern Nigeria do they not know this? Do they not think this? Do they ever stand up to actually fight it genuinely, like the IPOB are fighting and angrily asking? Have you ever seen any of them really push this? I'm talking about things that really affect the lives of an average Biafran, that will make them think Nigeria, the whole Nigeria, something. Is it because an Igbo man is there in Lagos, is there in Kano, is there in Kaduna, is all over, everywhere, trying to share his trade, the one that they made completely inconceivable, non-conducive from where it comes from, which is deliberate. I keep saying that if I have the so if I have the chance, like some of these guys, that I'm a governor, we have something called the Ogun River. I will dredge Ogun River. I will declare it a mini port next to Lagos. I will ask Lagos importers and everybody importing through Lagos to divert their stuff down and now build a big, gigantic, automatic, auto-operated seaport in Ogun State. That's something somebody who is the governor of Anambra State, the governor of Cross River State, the governor of River State, the governor of all these places. These are things they could do, but they won't. Because, number one, they will tell you that Nigeria is going to be to go against Nigeria. Then the second thing, if the business is not going to be in their name or their family name, so that when they leave power, it will be in their name, they will not venture into it. And these are the things that could open up a place, that could get people so involved, things to make them feel among, not somewhere they feel like refugees in their own land, like an occupying land. So they're still not doing it. This afternoon, when they realized that some people are still not listening to the governors, that they should not obey the IPOB. They should go out there and they should, do their businesses and not sit at home and all of that. So I caught this video where Obaino and his party members were grouped together and they said, no, people disobey the sit at home. I decided to share that with you because this is like a sort of a goose chase, okay? The problem is that the injustice that the IPOB members, the ESN are fighting for, and they are being arrested, kidnapped, and even killed for, those injustices are still happening. And the Igbo leaders, the Igbo political class, they are pretending that they could wish it away, using force, intimidation, and propaganda. It won't go away. That's the problem. Rather than them to schedule a time to really, really speak to the problem, right? Show empathy, show support, show love, show care. Rather than this show of a power, this aggrandizement and the rest of that they are displaying all about, that will not make the problem go away. You can pay people in order to make it look like they are not obeying IPOB. You can pay people on social media to go about and try to blame every atrocity of you political criminals and blame it on IPOB. But it will not make it go away. It's just going to escalate it. Nnamdi Kanu was illegally renditioned from Kenya. An illegal thing that those of you who are governors in Eastern Nigeria, those of you who are politicians in Eastern Nigeria, you decided to keep mute on. That is the part of the injustice that won't let people keep quiet. It won't let people go. It won't let this go away. Obaino was on the streets.
Actually, now I need to prepare. I want to get you in Sobu. On the man that pin, you know, for a man, but police driven. So now, I like him talk as well, Mayor, and that's what I get out of Monday Galati. So that's what I'm saying. I want to know. So back over the food, we make it about 1 day. They make sure shop. I put that in vain. I can use support. When I divide the food, APGA.
It threatened to sack all the market leaders if they don't open their shop. Still, they didn't open. Then the moment they heard that the governor is coming with his it started going from everywhere. It was going to the banks. It was going to people's offices. It was checking if they opened or not so that he can sack them. But it would never, ever sit down to speak to those aggrieved because they know why. They feel like Nigeria can protect them. That's somebody who would never sit down with IPOB or anything. The one that will sit together with those that will prescribe IPOB, indigenous people of Biafra, really? A man from Abga is more comfortable with Maiyegun. He even put them in his own government. This is the problem. Okay? You are trying to satisfy people, you are trying to satisfy others and dissatisfy yourself. So the people will leave you. And we'll see how you're going to go about it. I'm talking to these politicians who think it is a good thing or a show of loyalty for them to continue to set up the IPOB to be killed by the Nigerian military, Nigerian government, under Buhari, and those who are working for him. This same guy is comfortable to have Maiyegun in his own government in Anambra State, ladies and gentlemen.
The herdsmen, where they are. If you destroy any farm, will you pay? And if you kill their cows, you pay. That is, Anambra community must pay them. If they destroy your farm, they will pay you. And it will be happening. If for any reason somebody dies, it's a police matter, but if our people is killed, they will pay 500,000 naira. while the police continues the action. If their people is killed, we also pay 500,000 naira. And, you know, so we have handled this very well. I use the helicopter every 2 weeks to fly around and see whether there are gatherings of cows or anything. Then we send the Mietiala, who is my staff. Mietiala is in the government of another state. You know, to go to those areas and speak to those people. We agree that if you're a herdsman, if you're coming to Anambra, no AK-47. If you see with AK-47, you are pulled down, treated as a criminal.
Do you understand that now? So they continue to leave the what do you call it, the substance, to go and chase rubbish, but it's still going to be the same thing, because I've been told that the sit-at-home for tomorrow is to honor those that were killed by Nigeria 4 years ago inside Nnamdi Kanu's house and in his state, in Abuja state, in that day when they went in, that called Operation Python Dance, where they killed innocent people. So tomorrow is going to be another sit-at-home across Biafra land. And when people talk about hurting the economy of Biafra, let me tell you something. I understand that majority of our people don't, you know, so many people won't survive if they don't go out to make their money a day. Okay. However, the sit-at-home in Biafra land ordered by the IPOB is voluntary. When I say voluntary, it simply means if you feel like it is worth it, and in most cases, a lot of people feels that it is worth it. Okay, I want people to know this. No matter how passionate you are about Biafra, don't ever have that mindset of joining those that will continue to threaten people, not on social media, not not physically in real life. Okay, because you will not be able. It's not because you or whatever you are saying on social media, it's not because of those things that make people stay at home. Don't spoil it for people. Let's make it pretty much as smooth as it is, or as it has always been, voluntary. I'm saying this simply because I have seen a lot. And most of the time, most of you are actually making it easier for them to blame IPOB, to blame ESN for all the atrocities, the crimes, and all these attacks and what have you going on when their unknown government, DSS government, commits their crime. So stop threatening people on social media, all right? Because the people that will obey the sit-at-home, majority of them are not on social media, and they are resolute about it, okay? So we should be very, very careful in this regard before we begin to lose because they would like you to lose that. Your sit-at-home weapon is so new, it is so potent, and it is so scary for them. And they can feel it. Imagine 3-4 weeks, you can tell that they are already sweating, right? For tomorrow, let's make it that voluntary as well. Stay at home if you have to stay at home. If you have to restock for food and what have you, do that as much as you can. No one will attack you. I'm going to say that. And I hope you don't go about attacking people in the name of IPOB. Go about and destroying properties in the name of ESN. If you are arrested, you will be on your own. And I remember when Nnamdi Kanu said something like that. Don't steal people's money. Don't attack people. Don't go anywhere. If you go anywhere and attack anybody, or you attack any property, or you are caught stealing people's stuff in the name of IPOB, you will go down alone. And then, you will be on your own. And I've never seen anyone that has been bailed out of either their police or their DSS detention, any of them to have been accused of being a thief or being a criminal. Innocent people being arrested can always be bailed out. So don't go out there to say because of your passion for IPOB, your passion for Nnamdi Kanu, your anger and rage and every other thing that you have witnessed, don't go out there to commit a crime that you will likely regret. I'm not trying to threaten you. I'm saying use your sense. Stay alive as long as you can. But because for your being alive is what is most most important and valuable. I know some people don't care and they are ready to lose it. I get that. Why not lose it when you are fighting to save others rather than lose it while you are trying
right? Committing a crime that you probably shouldn't do, as advised. So they said they're going to take 400 people to court on Thursday. I bet it's going to be this Thursday that they're going to take 400 people who are Boko Haram sponsor. Yours truly, Maiyegun's diary, Politico. Hopefully they will make the list. We don't care all their kangaroo nonsense that Malamu is talking about. Or if God will catch them, may them give us names. But look out for this. Oh. If you see any Yoruba name or you see any Igbo name in those names, just know, say, that fake list is to deceive us again. It is for something else. Those who have the names of those terrorists, they will begin to verify their names. If they would dare release their names for us, Boko Haram sponsor, they said they will give us the name within 3 months when they take power. This is over 6 years now, at least. Let them give us the names. We want to see the Boko Haram sponsor. If Boko Haram name no dey there, if it's a pandemic name no dey there, our fight will just be kind of starting. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. I'm going to round up now, and I'm going to see you some other time, okay? Just before you go. If I just checked now, by the way, I am just about 80, I forget, I'm about 90 away from 50,000 subscribers on my YouTube. So if you haven't really subscribed on Maiyegun's diary, Politico, and you are watching this video tonight, do me that honor. Do me that favor. Go on there, join the number, make it up. Maybe when I wake up tomorrow morning, I'll tell you, yeah, we've crossed 50,000, or we are just about 90 people away. Thank you so much for your time with me tonight. I'm going to see you some other time. Don't leave without giving that thumb up under the video. At least that is your own tithe, and then your offering tonight. Thanks to every one of you. You should all have a good evening. Good night.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Presidency bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó
gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí.